too close to it. We are here tonight to celebrate a group of writers who participated in an event called Writing Against the Darkness. And this is part of the annual celebration and fundraiser by the Alzheimer's Association called The Longest Day. And the way that works is on the longest day of the year, June 21st, right?
Nope.
Okay, good. I got that right? Yeah, it varies. People participate in a whole host of different activities. So they will marathon, they will walk, they will rock in rocking chairs. There are lots of different things they do. My grandparents both had Alzheimer's, so my family has participated in this before, and last year my mother reached out to me and said, you really should do this, and so I did the longest day for the first time, and I was leading a tour of high school students through Scotland, so I walked around Edinburgh. That was my first longest day. And then I thought, okay, that's, I'm not particularly good at walking, I'm as good as anybody else at walking, but maybe I could put together a group of writers and we could make this a bigger deal. So we started a team called Writing Against the Darkness, and I reached out to these fantastic authors that I know, and they agreed to do this. And our challenge was to write from dawn until dusk on the longest day of the year. And you may be aware of this, but I was not. The longest day of the year is longer than 12 hours. So for 16 hours, we wrote, and it was very challenging. We ended up raising more than $5,000. We ended up writing more than 50,000 words. So we wrote a short novel as a group that day. And it was a wild success. So we are here to celebrate those authors tonight. They're going to share a little bit of their writing with you. And first, I'm going to have Stephanie Foster come up. She's the director of the Oregon and Southwestern Washington chapter. Is that correct? And talk a little bit about the Alzheimer's Foundation.
Actually, I lead The Longest Day, which is in my mind the best event ever for the Alzheimer's Association. So we are fighting for a world without Alzheimer's. There are 67,000 people just in Oregon who are living with Alzheimer's, and they have caretakers and family who care about them. There's no cure right now. There's nothing that can slow the progression. We are working hard. You've probably seen all the information come out about what we're finding from research. We're really on that tip of the iceberg of finding some things that will make a difference in people's lives when they're dealing with Alzheimer's. So I'm happy to answer any questions later on. I'm going to keep this brief because you are here to hear the authors. But I do want to do a couple of quick shout outs and thank yous for the authors who are here tonight. I have a little something as a thank you. So if I could get Lizzie to come up, and Jen and Leanne. And come up here for a sec. And then I also want to point out, so the way Ben structured this is he started a team, people could join his team for free, and then they are so connected social media-wise that people would make donations. Of all the teams, they had more people donate than any other team. They had over 350 people make individual donations that all added up. So individually, people, when they joined the team, their friends would donate to them, and each person had their own fundraising total. And I am happy to say that Lizzie Carney is one of our Solstice champions. She raised over $1,600 all on her own. So thank you very much. And we have 20 people in Oregon who raised individually over $1,600, and 2 of them were on this team. One is up in Seattle, so she's not here tonight. And then I have a big thank you to Ben. This was such an amazing idea. It's been inspiring, and people across the country are going to start embracing this next year. And if you know anyone who likes to write and they want to do a little something, do a little good, have them talk to us about The Longest Day.
Okay, so our first reader tonight is going to be Leanne McLennan. And Leanne wrote the trilogy called The Supernormal Legacy, which is a YA trilogy set right here in Portland. So this is exciting for our young adult readers. And she's going to share with you from Norma, book 1.
Hi, everybody. everyone's taller than me. Yeah, let's see. Oh, there you go. Can you hear me?
Yes.
All right. So I'm going to read from my first book, Dormant, the book that kind of started it all for me. And as Ben mentioned, it's a superhero story that takes place in Portland. The main character is a 14-year-old girl who, until